Coach, hey, listen, like, I'm dealing with the AAU world right now, and from what I remember was the competition level is so dispersed. What do you think about the AAU status right now, as far as how it's working?
Plus, I can't control the stage there. Everybody make an AAU team. So I think if you just play, find where you play some pickup ball. The best part of basketball now is 3-on-3. These kids don't play 3-on-3, 21. That always taught people competitive playing 3-on-3. Because 3-on-3, what you got to do, you got to play defense. And offense, you got to know how to play move without the basketball. They don't do that. You go like skate from AAU game. And you get kids standing in the corner. I talked to one father, he just standing in the corner. Nobody moving, nobody cutting. The teams right now in the NBA or college, most of the teams that are successful, they move and cut. Right.
And that's exactly what you was talking about from before. Is when you don't play pickup, when you don't play a lot of basketball, you just don't know when to cut. You don't know how to cut. You don't know how to screen. You don't know how to be ready for a pass. When you play against the cone, that cone is not going to stop you no way possible at all. So when you're making a move against the cone, you don't know when to pass it. You don't know when somebody's coming up to stop you. And so a lot of the AAU game do get stagnant, and it is a lot of ball watching to where they separate the main guy and give him the ball to go one-on-one. And I just feel like before, a lot of the players had better basketball IQ. Better basketball IQ.
When one now have basketball, he's going to stand out. Because he know how to move out the ball, know how to cut, set a pick. These kids don't do this. They don't cut up.
But does that come from playing with older people too? Because kids playing amongst kids, they might not have that competitive nature. They might play as hard. But if a man is telling you, you need to cut, move, and screen,
exactly.
That's the difference.
Yeah. So now if you don't have it, you need to have a coach that understands that. Right. A lot of these coaches put an AAU team together. They don't understand that.
Right.
And you got a lot of kid coaches. They have nothing against them. The men, I'll talk to one of my friends, the fathers are different than they were back then. I'm a father coach. I coach my son. But I'm going to get on my son. I'm not going to give my son the free reign. No, you got to compete like everybody else.
Right. Right.
They're helping their son, the kid they don't pay attention to. He's going to pass your son eventually.
Right. What's the current state of AAU basketball currently?
I can't blame no AAU. AAU just a name.
Yeah.
You can't blame no AAU. AAU was here before. Now we blame no AAU. How you going to blame no AAU? The person, an individual person, is creating it. I think we need to get back, even when you guys come up. We played AAU ball, you go to AAU regional, all that stuff. You know, so now it's tournaments. When you play AAU, real AAU, you had to win an national regional here.
Yeah.
Then you went back east somewhere. Yeah. That's competing. Yeah. Right. They don't do that now. You lose to win the game. Yeah. They play again and I'll come out. Yeah. You lose back in AAU, you want to tournament, you done.
You're the calculation. You don't get that.
No, so you think about winning. Yeah. So now, all we do is playing games. You playing games where you ain't competing. It's nothing to look for. You're just playing basketball.
And you playing games with the pool style, the way they do it. You play a game, you might play the same team 2 or 3 times in one tournament.
Right. Yeah.
So they just make you play. They're like you said, they just playing games. It's not no incentive as far as we gotta win. We have to win. If you lose your pool, you still can come back, and then you might play the same team over again. So going back to the regionals, that would be a great idea. Hey, if you hear this, go back to the regionals, make people earn stuff.
We got to find out who's the AAU in Southern California, who's the first co-AAU. We don't know that. I might have somebody, but I ain't heard it.
I mean, are they still doing regionals and stuff? I haven't even heard about that.
I'm pretty sure, but nobody doing it in California. Yeah.
Well,
They still do down south. They still push that stuff down south. Back east, I don't know. It's strong.
Well, I think in California, it's just, so there's too many teams.
Right.
So it's so many teams. So everybody has a circuit. We have all these gyms everywhere. We got OGP, we got Corona, we got all these places. So at the same time, it could be 5 tournaments going on by 5 different organizations. So what they do now is they try to separate all of the teams by making certain circuits. It's like shoe circuits. So they still have miniature circuits too. So they have, so it's
And
really a,
Listen, like all of the circuits you go to, it's not one in the city.
yeah.
Phoenix,
Yeah.
you gotta go to Vegas.
And a parent, I went to a tournament a couple weeks ago, watched one of our players. $36 get in, and you 20 to park. The day's time when we go on 36 or two-day passes, you charge them $50, $60.
Yeah. And that's just not counting the gas. That's $6 a gallon. Plus, we gotta get something to eat.
See, the kid, the inner city kid, is kind of priced out.
Yeah.
Out of AAU basketball. You got a lot of talent in the city, but a lot of them can't afford to play.
Yeah, but
You know, they want to help.
Yeah, but the one thing about that though, H, that I have to not disagree with is that it's the inner city kid who ain't the top of the top. No, it's one of the top of the tops. He's not playing. He's not playing. But if it's the old, say it's the old Parkland team that put together a team that want to play in the tournament, now they struggle. Like, so a lot of people get that part mixed up because when you're real good, you ain't paying for nothing. Like the teams that you had, later, nobody was paying. Nobody on my team was paying. You know what I'm saying? So priced out is for the teams that's trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it gets mixed up, and like that's where I think the title AAU is tricky. You know what I'm saying? Because the title AAU should be for everybody. Because that what they're trying to consider as AAU is for like the EYBLs and the 3SSBs. Now that's the AAU. Those kids don't play the New Balance league. Now everything else is just travel ball. Because they pay the grip to get in, they pay the part. Like, all these EYBL teams, they probably like, my parents don't have to pay.
Right. You still have kids in the city. Like you said, that little team, they're not playing on that team. Their mom or dad said, I can't afford it. So you still have a lot of talent that can't afford it.
Yeah.
But they still
That's true.
I can't play.
Yeah.
We just play the Parker Red. The Parker Red is back like it was.
Yeah.
It took away a lot of the talent of the Parker Red. So, but you still got, you go to Parker Red, I can still go find you at Parker Red.
Is there any way to afford it?
Play no AAU basketball.
Is there any way that, what would be an idea, if you had an idea of what we could do to make stuff available and affordable for teams like that, what would be an idea that we can do that is not like AAU?
I think a lot of, I don't want to say Europeans training. I just think they need to get a lot of basketball, pickup ball, and training. I think you add the training to the summer school, but you also add after we play.
Well, that's training. 30, 45 minutes, play 3-on-3 for like 15, 20 minutes. Then let's go full court. That's 2 hours. Yeah. So you need to train about 45 quick, shoot drill, come off picks. Okay, let's play some 3-on-3 because you got to come up with pick on. And then expand it.
Then expand it. Yeah. You expand it out.